Welcome back, and we're going to check out together the current situation in the Gaza Strip. At the 161st session of the Arab League of Arab States Council of Foreign Ministers at the headquarters of the League General's Secretariat in Cairo, there was a meeting taking place on Wednesday discussing the latest developments in Gaza and also four draft resolutions related to Palestine. Over the phone, we have Mr. Abdel Rahman, a journalist and political analyst. Hello.
Hello to you. Good morning to you and the dear viewers.
Good morning, sir. So first of all, I'd like to shed the light on the importance of this meeting that took place on Wednesday during this critical period of time.
Continuing the ongoing efforts accomplished and led by Egypt in the Arab League to stop the bloodshed and the Zionist aggression against the Arabs in the occupied land and in Gaza Strip represents the situations that the Arab countries have gathered around, which are reaching the resolution of two-state solution and helping to build a new leadership in Palestine away from any other from the leadership that has led the Palestinians for the past time and the past era. We need a new leadership to reach out and to live up to the expectations and the hopes of the Palestinians, and of course the of Palestinians, and of course all of the Arabic nations, and of course to put an end to the Israeli occupation to the Arabic land, and to deal with the Zionist aggression with more strong procedures. Such as the procedures Egypt has adopted towards the aggression in the international law of justice, international court, and of course there is more efforts to be accomplished, and more uniting situations is needed at this very critical time of our history. I am sure that the leadership, the Egyptian leadership of this, of the Arab League, when it's led by Egyptian leadership and Egyptian firm situations, only then it can represent the power of the decision and the power of the resolutions. And standing behind that leadership, the Egyptian leadership, the Arabs can only reach the shore of justice and the shore of power, and to be listened all around the world. The Arabic sound can only be heard when it's held by the Egyptian hand and the Egyptian channels. We have to unite our situations, and we have, as Arabs, to forget any differences and stand behind the cause of the Palestinian cause, the Palestinian case, to help the Palestinian nation to reach out at last their independence from the Israeli occupation, and that needs to be taken by the uniting situations and listening to the sound of unity. This is the only way that the Arab summits that were held, and the Arabic League to represent and to stand by the Arabic rights.
Well, talking about all the aggressions committed against the Palestinians. And despite of the condemnation and all the whole world now, all nations are against what is happening, and still Israel is challenging the whole world. So if we're talking about these resolutions and drafts, how can we work more on making this more effective to stop immediately this attack and to have an immediate ceasefire?
I am sure that any group of countries, let's take an example in the EU, we will find that there will be a unity of the situation, and letting one country to lead the situations and the procedures to be taken, and the decisions that they should gather around, like a maestro, like a masterminding leadership. Egypt has this power. Egypt has this role, and Egypt can only take this mission with the gathering of the Arabs around Egypt, because Egypt represents the sound of reason, the sound of letting alone any identity but the Arabic identity. We need to gather all together and forget any differences. We need to find that only with the sound of unity, the sound of power, only then can the world can listen to us. Only then we can stand as one front on to confront the aggression in the Arabic occupied lands, and that aggression is supported by other powers in the West. To confront this, we need to live up to the same strength of situation, and we have to stop any support or aid to the Israeli side, whether with weapons, whether with the supplies, with all that it takes that are helping the aggression against the Arabic nation in the occupied lands. Only then we can stand firmly against that aggression that is represent the extension of a long-term and historical aggression against the Arabic land. It started since 100 years or more, since when the British cultivation of Israel as a sword in the Arabic side. Since hundreds of years, 100 years have passed of this aggression, and too many massacres were committed. And only as Arabs, if we really are serious about taking a strong and firm decision to end this occupation, is to stand together as one front, one strong front in each and every decision we make.
Well, to be more realistic, because if we're going to talk about that, we must, or there must be an end on talking, of course, about the solution, having two-state solutions. But we understand that this will never happen. No one will know when can this happen. But what really we're talking about, as even when the U.S. president came out and a few days ago and said there is going to be an immediate ceasefire before Ramadan and during the holy month of Ramadan, and still we are meeting and asking for a ceasefire, and still they do not abide by this. And again, as you mentioned, that the fact is people are coming, or leadership of certain countries coming up asking for a ceasefire, and in the meantime they are sending more weapons, and the death toll today increased a lot.
I am sure. I appreciate your being frank and honest about the situation. This is what's really going on. We lack the strong situation as Arabs. We lack, without the Egyptian situation, we would never have any situation at all. And without the leading of the Egyptian situations, the Arabs would be now in more chaos of situations or weakness of situations. Let me tell you that only Egypt has stood firm against the terrorism and those who have supported terrorism in the Arabic land. And let me tell you that Egypt the only power in the Arabic League that is leading the defending and the march of defending of the Arabic rights in the occupied lands. And the Arabs should gather all around Egypt. The only strength on the ground, the only power on the ground that can achieve victory in all levels, diplomatically, politically, and even militarily, but to stand together as one, not leaving Egypt to stand all by itself, and not leaving Egypt to go fight for them and they don't fight with us. It's a matter of unity of situations. We need for the Arabic regimes to live up to the expectations of the Arabic nations, as well as we are reaching right now to find, and we are witnessing right now that the European nations, the Australians, the Americans, as nations are condemning and refusing the weak and the wrong situations that the Western regimes are taking by supporting the aggression and supporting the occupation against the Arabic lands. I believe with the Arabic gathering around the force of Egypt, the power of Egypt, we can only put an end to this conflict in the most just and justice way, to have this aggression to be stopped, to find finally the dream to come true, to reach for the resolution of two states, and then we can talk about other files. We should stand together because there are more challenges. And by the way, the aggression in the occupied land is a cover for another agenda, for more agendas. We are being under siege of influences from all over the world, not only from the U.S., not only from the West, by all other powers that are meaning to grab and to take our own fortunes, our own source of fortunes and powers. We need to defend the Arabic security, the Arabic nation security that is important for all the Arabic East. In Africa, the same way. Egypt is leading the country and leading the continent for the best interest for all the countries in the continent of Africa. At the same in the Arabic East, we have to gather on one situation. We have to take one stand without any differences. We have to let to stand together as one force, one power against this aggression. This is the only way we can achieve. But as for the truth we are asking for before Ramadan or after Ramadan, I believe that the truth is not the solution. It's to stop the aggression, to stop it right now. And we can never stop an aggression with words, but with unity and the firm situation as Arabic League for real.
Well, frankly speaking, talking about the current situation and the gatherings of the Arab in general, and even the majority of different nations against the will of their leadership, do you think there is a way out of this? I mean, we don't need anyone to come out again to say stop aggression, and still you are sending and supporting Israel, and still they are just doing more aggressions. And we have seen using different means of weapons. The worst is that we have seen children dying of malnutrition, and even not allowing more humanitarian aid entering. Even though they come out, they say no, they allowed, but as we can see, starvation all around, and this is the worst thing against humanity. So do you think there is a way out to put pressure more on the leadership, I mean the international leadership, to stop supporting them from killing the innocent people?
Well, there is two ways. First, thank God that Egypt is an Arabic nation. That's the only way we can feel the strength of the Arabic League, because Egypt is doing its best, supporting the Palestinians and pouring of supplies and aid since the beginning of the crisis. That has never stopped. The borders were always open for aids and supplies to pour into the occupied land and in Gaza Strip. And this is undeniable by the whole world right now. For something else, we need to change the rules and the way that the Arabic League take its solutions. We don't need to take a decision by gathering all of the opinions. Let's take the majority of opinions. This is only the way we can change the strategic way of reaching a decision. As long as we are applying that rule of only gathering all the opinions around one decision, we will never reach any decision. We need to change, make it more flexible in taking decisions, letting the strong nations, strong countries like Egypt and other countries, friendly countries, can take and dare to take the strong and firm decisions. This is the only way we can strengthen the power and the role of the Arabic League. We see this in other organizations, international organizations that are really strong by this rule. We don't need to take gathering of the opinions. We can change it, and we can have that step to change the mentality of the Arabic League that was established since the 1945. And until now, we have never reached a solution or a resolution or a decision made by the Arabic League strong enough to solve any situation, to solve any crisis. We are defending. For years before, we were defending the resolution 424 that was taken by the UN, not the Arabic League. We are defending others' decisions, not our decisions. That represents how weak the Arabic League. And of course, we have a strong leading man, Mr. Ambassador Ahmed Abdel, who is a very diplomatic and sophisticated person. But he only represents the situation of the regime. He doesn't represent himself. And of course, he is an Egyptian. And of course, the Egyptian diplomacy is historically the strongest power diplomatically on the Arabic League. That's why we need to change the mentality, and to have to dare and to set aside any influences from the West. We need to stop any aids that's going to Israel through from India, that is pouring into Israel from all the way from India. And we have to stop this aid. We have to stop any side that is aiding Israel. We need to, as Arabic nations, as Arabic League, to stand against what they call it the Ibrahimi agreement. This is most dangerous and destructive to the mentality and the culture and the religion and the civilization growing of our nation. Only by leading the Egyptian leadership and the gathering all around it, and by changing the mentality and the rules of the Arabic League, we can make a strong and huge step forward. As long as we are standing still in marching at the same place, marching on the same position, without any movement forward.
Right, Mr. Amr Abdel, journalist and political analyst, thank you very much for joining us. And right now, moving on to a quick break, then we'll be back.